By
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And the Cayman Islands National Museum. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990. 949-8037 or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett
Connor. Good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is Monday, the 24th day of February 2025, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable weekend. Those of you who are on our roads, we urge you to please be extremely cautious, whether you're a cyclist, a pedestrian, or if you're operating in a type of motorized vehicle. Remember to observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a belated one, whichever is applicable. Those of you who have lost loved ones, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we do wish you a speedy recovery as well. And again, this morning I take the opportunity to give a big shout out to two of our colleagues, DJ Lynn and Mr. Joel Wilson, wishing them a speedy recovery as well. And also a friend in Tampa, who many of you know. I don't have permission to call the name, but many of you would know who I'm talking about as well, who is experiencing some medical challenges as well, and we want to wish her a speedy recovery also. So folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your places of work, wherever that may be, into your vehicles as you travel on our extremely busy and sometimes unsafe roads as well. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. Toll-free number 1-800-534-8255. Also, two landlines, 949-8037 and 949-6990. WhatsApp number 925-3261. You can follow us on YouTube. You subscribe to Radio Cayman live stream, and we are on Facebook as well. But before we go any further, we have to acknowledge the birthdays this morning, and of course, the For the Record birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. And by Yum. Yum delivers quality and nutritious meals to over 3,000 students daily. With over 5 million school lunches served to date, Yum is more than just a lunch provider. It is also a trusted partner to busy parents and the Cayman Islands community. So let's look at some of the birthdays this morning. The Honorable Linford Ainsworth Pearson celebrating his birthday today. We want to wish him a happy birthday to former minister, former member of parliament, former speaker, former permanent secretary. We want to wish him a happy birthday today. Also, we see that Michael Campbell, I think he's with the Royal Cayman Islands Police Services Communications Department. He's celebrating his birthday today as well. We also want to give a big shout out to our own Mr. Paul Akal, Silver Fox, who's celebrating his birthday today as well. Also, we see that Mrs. Donna Whitaker, celebrating her 75th birthday today. And birthday greetings are coming from her daughter, Miss Tara Bowley, her husband, other children, daughter-in-law, as well as the grandchildren. So Mrs. Donna Whitaker celebrating her 75th birthday today. Happy birthday to her. Again, coming from her daughter, Tara, her husband, the rest of the children, as well as her daughter-in-law and grandchildren. Let's see if we have any more before we move on this morning. Come on, phone. Don't leave me like that. Okay, upcoming birthdays. We see that Bev Brown will be celebrating a birthday tomorrow, the 25th. Klein Glidden celebrating a birthday on tomorrow. I'm not sure. This says Klein Glidden. I believe now that we have a Klein Glidden Jr. and a Klein Glidden. Not sure which one, but if we can get some clarification on that. But to be on the safe side, I will just read it the way it is on the portal. So Mr. Klein Glidden celebrating his birthday tomorrow. Also, Joseph Betty celebrating a birthday tomorrow as well. One of our listeners has asked us to address some of the issues that are affecting the sister islands, in particular Cayman Brac. They say that trucks carrying sand, gravel, garbage, that they should be covered. The person says that their windscreen was hit recently by gravel from an uncovered truck, and they also say that brake lights should be functioning effectively. So we want to pass that on as well. And again, folks, if you know someone who's celebrating a birthday or any momentous occasion, please share that information with us on For the Record. And of course, For the Record, proudly brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. And by Yum. Yum operates in select private and government schools in Grand Cayman. Private school students can browse the Yum Cayman app to explore the monthly menu. Orders can be placed up to a month in advance or even last minute until 12 p.m. the night before. For government school students, there is no need for you to order in advance. All you have to do is stop by the Yum Canteen and enjoy Yum's government school daily menus, which can be viewed at www.myschoolpass.com. So that is it for the birthday shout-outs. Let's see, someone wanted to know what time Deputy Premier will be on the show. He's now the Deputy Premier, no longer acting, because my understanding is that the Premier is back on island, and Deputy Premier Honorable Kenneth Bryan will be in the studio after the 8 o'clock news, so around about 8:15 he will be in the studio as well. Okay, any more news that we want to share? Well, we saw on the weekend the reporting of several armed robberies taking place in the Cayman Islands, and that is really, really unfortunate. Again, we want to urge, while the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, they do their utmost, and certainly we see the response time, especially with the firearm response unit to these incidents. But you as merchants, the owners of properties, you need to do your part as well in terms of trying to stay safe, and also bear in mind that no amount of money or valuables is more important than your safety and your life. So you don't resist. All right? Let them take those items, those valuables can be replaced. What can't be replaced is your life and your health as well. So please do that. But also, when these things these crimes are being committed, there are persons who know, in some instances, who know exactly what is taking place. And if you see something, say something. If you know something, pass that information on to the authorities as well. Because this is not the Cayman that we knew in the past, and this is not the Cayman that we want now, nor do we want in the future as well. So we have to do our part to ensure that it is takes place. What really concerns me, though, is the inability, and it's no fault of their own, for the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service to publish the names of those persons when they issue their press releases. Publish the names of those persons who have been arrested. Now, I fully understand the fact that they have been arrested for alleged crimes. They may or may not have been charged. If they have not gone to court yet, we know the reluctance why the names shouldn't be published. But I think that to a certain extent would help, and it would also let the public know those persons who pose a potential threat to our communities, to let us know who those individuals are as well. Very interesting. Curious to know what you think about that. Meanwhile, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our first commercial break. So please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Samuel Osbert Bertie Ebanks, Certificate of Honor, JP, 1909 through 1996. Bertie Ebanks, like most of his contemporaries, started his working life as a seaman. Early in his career, he survived the sinking of the Vita Louise, on which he was an engineer. He became the Cayman Islands' first public health officer and sanitary inspector. Among his accomplishments were his insistence on sanitary disposal of household wastes and the immunization of the entire population against diphtheria and polio. With a budget of only £500, he eradicated the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which carries yellow fever, a feat that still baffles experts. Mr. Bertie served in the Assembly of Justices and Vestrymen as an elected member for West Bay from 1934 to 1942 and as a Justice of Peace from 1946 to 1959. He established the 4-H Club, the West Bay Cooperative Fishermen's Society, and the West Bay Reading Society and wrote a book, Cayman Emerges. In 1930, he organized the Bosun Bay Sunday School, which was the forerunner of the Bosun Bay Presbyterian Church. He was awarded the Queen's Certificate and Badge of Honor in 1976 in recognition of services rendered to his country.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
It will be Saturday, March 1st, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The 13th Annual Rotary Central Health Check Lifesaver, a mini medical just for you, free to you. Your blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, hemoglobin, weight management, and more. Free medical guidance, doctors, nurses, medical technicians, free glucometers, blood pressure monitors, subject to conditions. Save the date March 1. See you at Cost You Less West Bay Road, A.L. Thompson's Home Depot, Foster's Airport, Foster's West Bay, Savannah United Church. The Rotary Central Health Check 25 Lifesaver, March 1st, supported by the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens and the Health Services Authority of the Cayman Islands. Knowing changes everything.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. Oh, don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts Building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean. providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice-cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, K-Man.
Hey Cayman parents, we get it. You're underslept, over-trafficked, you can barely find your sanity in the morning because you're still trying to find your kids' shoes and lunch boxes. Let Yum take some of the stress away. Every day, over 3,000 students enjoy delicious, nutritious meals from Yum. Over 5 million lunches served and counting. Private school parents, browse the Yum Cayman app and order up to a month in advance or last minute by 12 a.m. the night before. Government school students, just drop by the Yum canteen. No pre-orders needed. Yum can't help you find your sanity, but we can sure make your mornings just a bit easier. Check out daily menus at myschoolpos.com or visit yumcayman.ky to learn more.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In about 8 minutes or less than 8 minutes, we will be going to our 8 o'clock news, and then at 8:15 we will have Deputy Premier Honorable Kenneth Bryan in the studio with us as well. We should have a good, very good discussion this morning. Should be maybe some revelations will be made as well. We see lots of things. We hear rumors and on social media about what's taken place in the BRAC. Government workers are resigning and becoming candidates in the upcoming general elections. And, you know, of course, those persons who are critical and saying, oh, I don't know why this person is running, I don't know why that person is running. I think we should all be pleased with the fact that there are persons who are taking what's happening throughout these islands seriously and are committed to making sure that, or trying to have an impact and to ensure that things are resolved and that we're headed on the right track. So we shouldn't condemn them for that. Of course, there will be others who are in it for, ulterior motives. And, you know, we have to be careful. We have to watch out for those as well. Oh, let's go back to the birthdays. And we see that Miss Teresa Pitcairn, she celebrated her birthday on Saturday. And I'm told by reliable sources that she celebrated over in the BRAC. I wonder if that's the reason why we had so many rumors about persons running in the BRAC, because she was over there and she stirred everything up. Ms. T, did you stir things up over in the BRAC, as well? Just a thought, but I know many persons are disappointed that Ms. Teresa Pitcairn chose not to put herself forward as a candidate, as well. There are those, including myself, who feel that she would make a good, not politician, but a good administrator, working, within the government, not just being in our parliament, but working, within the government as well. She comes with so many skill sets that are needed. And that is why some people are concerned about the level of representation that we're likely to get, or we could possibly get, if Ms. Susan, I think we're getting a WhatsApp call coming through. If we don't re-elect those persons with experience, and some of those persons with experience who have chosen not to run, there are some people who are urging them to have second thoughts about that, as well. Some other persons want to wish Honorable Linford Pearson happy birthday today as well. The White brothers also want to wish him, happy birthday. And again, he's one of our political stalwarts and an icon within the Cayman Islands, and we should pay homage to him while he is alive as well. We do have a caller on the WhatsApp. Let's grab the WhatsApp call. We have a WhatsApp caller. We have about 3 minutes to go. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. Maybe I need only 2 minutes, but let us see. Can you hear me?
My mic. Yes, I can. Okay,
very well. It went dead there for you. Well, I just wanted to comment something about the what has been in the paper lately about the appointment of Chief Justice married to the Privy Council.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now, you see, nobody wants to put a dump on a momentous occasion like that. But I think when you've been in public office, it's also fair to have like an assessment of how well you did as Chief Justice and whether or not you deserve that appointment. I have always been very skeptical about sometimes just thanking people for doing a job and earning their salary. I believe that as much as that is part of the formal process of being elevated to a higher office, I do believe that it is important to hear the other side. What are some of the things that maybe he might not have done? And I think that's a fair part of the public discourse. The first thing, OC, is that I think that it is improper for somebody who is serving in a court of appeal in the overseas territories, substantively appointed, to serve and be appointed substantively to the court to which those decisions are appealed.
Question, would he hold both positions simultaneously, or would he then be relieved or give up his position as on the Court of Appeals?
No, he wouldn't give up his position on the Court of Appeals,
mm-hmm.
because I have gone through their practice. What they do is that he will sit in the Court of Appeal,
okay,
but then when he sits in the Privy Council, of course, he recuses himself from those matters where he sat in the court below.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, but clearly the structure there is a conflict, because if today I'm sitting with you in the lower court and you make a decision, then when it comes to us, you recuse yourself. Next time we are sitting together, it's structurally not correct. Think of it this way: are there any magistrates in the Cayman Islands who are substantively appointed as magistrates as well as substantively appointed as judges?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No. Because if today we are sitting together as a Court of Appeal judges, next time we hear an appeal from you, we'll say, oh, this is an appeal from one of our colleagues.
Mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm.
that the person who is bringing the case is not getting a new perspective on the case. I don't know why they still do that in England. I've researched this, but it's really a problem, I think. Okay, I've got 1 minute here. I think this Chief Justice Mary's legacy is tainted in some ways. When Mangata resigned and for drunken driving, he never issued a statement to say, this is not what we expect of our judges. In the election cases, it is famously known that he made decisions which were contrary to what everybody else in the Commonwealth was doing. He was a member of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, and they sat down for 7 years. They never prepared the rules for people to be able to complain against judges. They just never did. And he was part of that. The ombudsman found them guilty of that. It was found out later on, okay, I can see I'm up to 8 o'clock. I have to stop by 2 more points. I'll call you later.
Okay.
If I can.
Yes. Around about 9:30, we should have our phone lines open again. Please feel free to call then, folks. We reached that time, top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. When we return, there should be some interesting and breaking news after the 8 o'clock news. Some interesting revelations that will be made right here on For the Record. So don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now by Foster's is 8 o'clock.
Order up, K-Man. Foster's Bay Market Cafe is now on the Let's Eat app, bringing you mouth-watering burgers, bold wok sensations, crave-worthy Mexican food, and more. Whether you're in the mood for a sizzling stir-fry, grabbing a juicy cheeseburger for lunch, or craving a fiesta of flavors, our selection of Bay Market Cafe faves has you covered. Delivered straight to your door. No lines, no hassle. The best food on the island is now just a tap away. Hungry for more? Search Foster's on the Let's Eat app now. Foster's, better because we care.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Island.
I'm April Cummings with your latest news. Around 9:12 last night, police and emergency services were called out to investigate a report of a man lying in the road near 190 Eastern Avenue. It appears he either fell off a bike or was the victim of a hit and run. Video on social media shows cars driving around him. The man was taken to the hospital to be treated for his injuries. No details on his condition. Regional leaders, including Cayman's, head home after a 3-day CARICOM meeting. Radio Cayman's Carsley Fuller reports.
A time of challenges, be it geopolitical, economic, environmental. Caribbean leaders spent long hours discussing and debating how the region can stay safe, competitive, and thrive in a changing global landscape.
If ever there was a time for full and frank discussion, particularly to inform not just decisions today, but approach and strategy as we go forward for the rest of 2025, it is now.
Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley there speaking at the wrap-up meeting for the 48th regular meeting of the Conference of the Heads of Government. Premier the Honourable Juliana O'Connor-Connolly represented Cayman at the event, and she says the gathering, quote, left her with a clearer understanding of the opportunities and challenges facing the region, but also a sense of optimism. While there, the Premier was joined by the first Caymanian to be designated Dean of CARICOM's Youth Ambassador Program. Vanessa Burke got a special invite to the event. Reporting for Radio Cayman News, I'm Kersley Fuller.
To our young scientists, this is your moment.
Why? A very important question, and one several Georgetown students tackled head-on during a recent STEM-based event. CIGTV's Donna Bush has more with school principal Sharon Campbell-Danvers and Department of Environment Science and Technology coach Tyan Miller.
Students and teachers at the Marie Martin Primary School enjoyed an exciting day filled with colorful displays, hands-on experiments, and creative innovations at this year's science fair. The event, held under the theme, The Magic of Science, Unlocking the Wonders of Our World, highlighted the students' curiosity and passion for discovery for the second year.
Last year we had our first go at it, and it generated a lot of interest and curiosity. And based on the outcome today, we are seeing where we have more presentations compared to last year. And the children are excited about it because science is in everything that we do. It's all around us. And with each year, we are hoping that it will continue to get better. And one of the things I think we also need to consider is how do we involve more of the community element into the program, and that's one of our next steps.
This is an amazing event every year where students get to take science from beyond just memorizing stuff to actually inquiring and learning about the world and actually finding out about it. These are the skills that are really going to move them ahead, and it's exciting to be supporting this event today.
During the fair, there was an opening declaration by Principal Sharon Campbell Danvers, followed by the introduction of the panel of judges. Students then proudly presented their projects, which were judged in 3 categories: Key Stage 1, Lower Key Stage 2, and Upper Key Stage 2, with engaging exhibits and interactive demonstrations. The fair created an atmosphere of excitement and learning. The event wrapped up with the judges' assessments, recognizing the students' hard work, creativity, and enthusiasm in exploring the wonders of science.
CIGTV's Donna Bush there. That is your latest local news at this hour. I'm April Cummings.
BBC News. President Zelensky of Ukraine is hosting a number of European leaders and Canada's Prime Minister as they demonstrate their solidarity on the 3rd anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion. Ukraine's allies are struggling to respond to President Trump's unilateral decision to pursue direct peace talks with Moscow. The man who will take over as Germany's new Chancellor, Friedrich Merz, has said his absolute priority is to strengthen Europe so that it can gradually become independent from the United States. Speaking after his Christian Democrats won the election, Mr. Merz warned that the current US government was largely indifferent to Europe's fate. The Alternative for Germany Party, or AfD, has again called for an end to the so-called firewall, which other German parties have used since the Second World War to exclude the far right from power. The leaders of China and Russia have spoken by phone. Xi Jinping told Vladimir Putin that China was pleased to see Russia and others had made positive steps to resolve the conflict in Ukraine. The medical charity Doctors Without Borders has suspended operations at Sudan's Zamzam displacement camp in North Darfur due to escalating violence. Officials in the Democratic Republic of Congo say fighting in the east has killed 7,000 people since January. The Prime Minister said nearly 500,000 people were without shelter. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Get your tickets now for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day, the 56th Annual Agricultural Show at the Stacey Wartler Agricultural Pavilion in Lower Valley, Ash Wednesday, March 5th. Raffle tickets are on sale now at eventpro.ky and include general admission to the show. Not one, but two $10,000 grand prizes. All the fun, all the entertainment, the food, the animals, the plants, and homemade goodies. Get your raffle tickets now at eventpro.ky. The 56th Annual Agricultural Show, Ash Wednesday, March 5th.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets. Ours are handmade using 100% white meat, unlike the no-gets. At KFC, we hand-bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to advise its valued customers of a planned traffic disruption on Austin Connolly Drive on Thursday, 27th of February, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. The eastbound lane of Austin-Connolly Drive will be occupied during these times, diverting all traffic into the westbound lane using a portion of the road shoulder. The Water Authority apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause and appreciates the public's understanding.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning again. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 80 degrees. Relative humidity is 93%. The barometric pressure, 1014.8 millibars. The wind is east at 4 knots. Synopsis indicate gentle varying winds accompanied with isolated showers are expected through this evening as a cold front sweeps across the Gulf of Mexico. Tonight, a free frontal trough associated with the front is expected to bring scattered showers with some gustier winds. Radar images show scattered showers across the Cayman area, moving towards the west-northwest. Now the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for partly cloudy skies with a 40% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid-80s. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 knots, becoming south to southeast later this afternoon. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Tonight, cloudy skies with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms after midnight, mainly for Grand Cayman. Temperatures will fall to the low 70s. Your winds will be west to southwest at 5 to 10 knots with higher gusts in and around showers. And seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet for tonight. High tide, we're presently at a high tide, and the next low tide will be this afternoon at 1:59, and a high tide again tonight at 11 minutes past 7. The sun will set this evening at 6:28 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:48. And the outlook is calling for continued varying winds and seas through tomorrow night as the frontal boundary crosses the northwest Caribbean. During this passage on Tuesday afternoon, a band of showers is expected to accompany light winds and northwest winds. Thereafter, a quick improvement in conditions are expected as a weak area of high pressure moves across the Gulf of Mexico. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you're going to invest in an exotic pet, choose anything but a Norwegian forest cat. Apparently, they will eat all your jewelry. Before you know it, you're racing to the vet when your cat escapes from his carrier and lunges for your earrings. You crash and your cat swallows your pearls. But if you're smart, you'll have CG Motor Insurance and get the best comprehensive coverage for the price.
Get the best comprehensive coverage for the price. CG Britcay. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
For the past 10 years, Health City Cayman Islands has been providing a comprehensive range of in-house medical services, from routine care to highly complex surgeries. We've transformed healthcare in the region, saving thousands of lives in the process. Recognized for quality and excellence, Health City brings together expert doctors, the best technology, and the latest techniques to provide world-class healthcare to those who need it. Health City Cayman Islands, a decade of healing.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Top of the morning to you. Let's take a look at what's happening on the roads. Slow moving traffic on Cool Road. Slight delays expected. Heavy traffic on the Linford Pearson Highway and steady traffic coming off of Bobby Thompson Way as well as Agnes Way. As we look to downtown Georgetown, Edward Street flowing nicely into Georgetown on Shedden. We're looking pretty good. Steady bit flowing traffic on the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz. And moderate flow of traffic coming from the West Bay four-way stop. Owen Roberts Drive flowing light to moderate. If you've seen accidents or incidents, please let us know by calling us at 949-6990. On North Sound Road, steady bit flowing traffic and moderate flow of traffic heading towards the Industrial Park area. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Attention all residents of Savannah and surrounding areas. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman PACE Committee invites you all to their prostate and colon cancer awareness meeting on Thursday, February 27th at the Savannah United Church, starting at 7 p.m. Guest speakers are Dr. David and Dr. Mubin from Grand Harbor Medical, who will be discussing colon and prostate cancer diagnosis, treatment, and prevention. Men, come out and get your PSA test done for free. Remember, early detection saves lives. Refreshments will be served.
Hi, I'm Deputy Governor Franz Manderson, and I'm excited to announce the DG's 5K Challenge is just around the corner. We kick off things in Little Cayman on March 9th, followed by Cayman Brac on March 16th, and the grand finale on Grand Cayman on March 30th. This year, we're supporting the Cayman Islands Girls Brigade, the Cayman Islands Scouts Association, and the 1-to-1 Foundation, each helping to shape our next generation. Join us in making a positive impact. For registration details, find us on Facebook at DG's 5K Challenge.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. As promised, in the studio with me, none other than the bee. We don't know. Well, he explained it to us on Friday, about the characteristics of the bee. Some people say, well, maybe it's about, Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So maybe we should have add the butterfly onto it. None other than Deputy Premier, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan, in the studio with me. Deputy Premier, good morning. Welcome back to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor, and good morning to the listening audience. Good morning, Ms. Susan. It's a pleasure to be here with your audience and all the great Caymanian people who listen to the show, and all those who are visiting, and hopefully maybe one or two tourists who's listening as well. It's truly a pleasure to be here on our national radio. I think you gave a bit of a teaser today in respect to significant announcements that I'm going to be making this morning. So,
are we going to hold them in suspense, or are we going to go out there?
It's up to you, really. I guess what I should probably start with is, as the Deputy Premier, I think it's important that I talk to the public first about things that are more important than my political future, and that is the significance of a lot of the criminal activity this weekend.
Yes.
And we do now and then have these flare-ups. A couple of months will pass, and then you see a kind of a blitz of criminality happening, and I think this week is definitely one of them. I've spoken to many people in the community who have asked what's going on, what are the police doing, and drawing concern, rightfully. But I must give updates to the fact that I congratulate the police have been very effective, though we the only thing we can do to prevent persons from taking these types of actions is create a world that is more protective from our borders, as well as those persons who are a part of our family in the Cayman Islands have a life that wouldn't make them feel the want or need to do such thing. And that's an ongoing exercise. Sometimes people do things for weird reasons. Sometimes they do it for financial reasons. But regardless, it's breaking the law and putting people's lives at risk, and it cannot be condoned. But though there is, most people are concerned about what happened, I am proud to say that the police were very, very effective over the weekend and did a substantial amount of arrest. Almost each one of the incidences, they have arrested a individual for it. And we should give credit where credit is due to the police and their hard work about that. And to also apprise the public that the police commissioner will be giving us a debrief on where things are at. But unlike other flare-ups, you could see that there was a number of arrests on each incident. The public may have seen and heard a lot of the police and the uniform force groups out in the community. The helicopter was up. So I am happy to see that some arrests have been made. Hopefully that will then lead to persons being charged and properly penalized for putting our community and our lives and businesses at stake.
And when you watch some of those videos, they appear to be quite threatening and violent as well. But, people, they're really instilling a lot of fear into people. Yes. And that is unfortunate. And whether I think we're going to see the public calling for stricter penalties, more custodial sentences for these persons when they're found guilty, because of the nature of the crimes that they're committing now. They're instilling fear into people.
Yeah. We definitely don't need that in our community, for persons to feel that they can't even go out into the community, and it affects the quality of life for persons. So I agree with you. I think there's definitely going to be a more stronger arm necessary and penalties. But I want to give the public the commitment that we will do whatever it takes by way of funding for the police department to ensure that they continue to be successful like they have been this weekend in arresting persons and holding them accountable. It's sad that those persons have chosen to behave like that. So, but they will be held accountable for it. I'm confident of that. And the police commissioner and his team will definitely be speaking to the public more in the coming days. We also saw some activity at one of the local nightclubs where there was fights outside in the middle of the street, which I find very disturbing. Particularly in a day like today where things go viral quickly.
Yes.
It's quite embarrassing. It's not a part of our Caymanian way. I mean, obviously, in any society, you have fights in bus stops, as they would call it, but it's getting very frequent at a particular location on Eastern Avenue. And it's drawing concern not only for the country, but for me as a Georgetowner, that it needs to be put under control. Now, I want to be also mindful that the business owners of these establishments do as much as they can within the law. The law mandates that they have the right security within the premises. Usually what happens is persons get intoxicated and then they take their troubles outside because it is secured on the inside of the premises. And there's nothing you can do if persons go outside and do something afterwards. But it's becoming too common now at a particular location that I'm going to be speaking with the liquor licensing board and the police to ask them what can we do, because if it becomes repetitive and can't seem to control the situation, there's some questions that need to be asked. Do we expand on to some of the acts that other jurisdictions do where they pay off-duty police officers to survey the place on a regular or be at the location at a fee to the establishment. By all means, we don't want to put any other hurdles in the way for the business owners to survive and make money, but it can't be at the risk of not only safety of persons' life and property, but also the damaging to the brand of what we call Cayman. This also goes towards the quality of life and safety feel that the public wants to have. They want to feel comfortable that they can go out to an establishment and enjoy themselves. Because I'm not thinking about those who are involved in the bus stop, because they're choosing to be involved in that. Even if you're not the aggressor, you can walk away. And as I was always taught, that walk away from trouble. But you would hate to know that you're in an establishment, just trying to enjoy yourself, and something happens and you accidentally hit, or something goes wrong. So we have to make sure that these establishments are safe for all persons, and I'm going to be speaking to the police commissioner about that to ensure that we don't have these kinds of things anymore. So that was a little bit of a debrief of over the weekend from a security perspective before I get into any politics, because my job is to make sure that the country is safe first. But just to put things in perspective, we know that the police force falls under Her Excellency, the Governor, and first response would be to the DG. Our job is to facilitate the right amount of funding so they can have the right amount of personnel and equipment to deliver the safety measures necessary. But we do have the right and the elected arm to the Constitution to ask the appropriate questions as to policing mechanisms and practices. And I am happy to say our Caymanian Police Commissioner, Mr. Walton, has been proven that he's doing a good job. I think this is the first time that we've seen a flare-up like this, that you've seen so much arrest so quickly.
Yes.
So for all of those out there who are fighting for Team Cayman, let's give him a round of applause, even though it's under the circumstances of crime. But I think him and his team is doing well. So let's see what comes out of that. And we will continue to support him and give him the right amount of equipment and funding for him to do that. All right, we'll see. Enough about the negativity. Let's talk about something positive.
Yep.
I don't know if because I don't want to can we take an early break so we don't have
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So we're going to take the early break. Sit on the edge of your seat. If you're in your vehicle, pull over to the side of the road if you can, and listen to the news, as well. But we will have, some interesting breaking news when we return. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me the Deputy Premier of the Cayman Islands, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan. Before we come to you, this person says, just a question, with the amount of police that are currently hired, why is the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service not sending out officers to tactical driving schools so that they are more equipped to pursue criminals? If the answer cannot be provided at this time, can it be looked into? Well, we know that most police departments have standards in relation to pursuit,
Yes.
hot pursuit as well. And we have an asset here in the Cayman Islands that many jurisdictions throughout the Caribbean don't have, which is our helicopter, which makes it more strategic to and possible to apprehend people and to identify them while they're still on the road, and you can direct your road assets as to where to go using that helicopter.
Correct. Just to answer the author of the question or comment, I do think that there is tactical driving training. I'm almost certain of that. I think maybe the policies within the department is to ensure safety first before apprehension. So I think it's always best because a vehicle could be a serious tool to help, but it also can hurt somebody. There's many times you've seen accidents where police are in pursuit and persons are killed, actually. But the news don't really report about when a bad driving situation goes wrong. And this way you remember a couple of years back, the pursuit of persons on motorcycle. They changed the policies within the police force to not pursue because of the risk levels.
And we see how reckless people drive when they're not being pursued. Can you imagine?
Exactly.
Can you imagine?
But I'm quite sure that these kind of questions can be put to the police commissioner on their tactical ways of ensuring our safety. It's always good to ask that question. Mr. Connor, again, thank you for allowing me to be on. Today, I'm here to talk about my political future and the upcoming election. As the public has seen over the last 3 years and 8 months now, last 3 years and 10 months, we've gone through a bit of a turmoil situation with the administration. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of changes, a lot of deputy premiers. I think we had 3 deputy premiers. We had, 4 deputy premiers. 4s? Yeah, 4. Honorable Christopher Saunders, Honorable Juliana Connor, the Honorable Andre Ebanks, and now myself. We've had 2 premiers. We've had 3 speakers of the House and 2 different administrations. I think just those statements in itself tells you that a lot of instability has transpired over the last 4 years. One that I think the public was not satisfied with and definitely don't want to see again for another 4 years. The public will also know that I ran as an independent over the last 8 years and was very happy and still am happy to represent the good people of Georgetown Central. Knowing that in the 2021 election, there was a strong call for an independent movement amongst members in the community. But it's seeming that the tides have changed. The public is now calling for more strong, unified, singular approach to how you govern the island and being on the same page, because unfortunately, I have to admit that there was a number of different directions that was going on over the last 4 years. I think only till the last 6 months or so that we've had a cohesive, direct, straight approach, because we knew those who were left were on the same page. And I'm so sorry that the country had to go through that. And I am promising myself that that's not what I wanted to be in government for. It's always great to, say that you're one of the persons select to govern your country and a leader. but not to give them that kind of instability. There are so many people concerned about what's happening to the country, how it looks for us internationally, what would this look for our business community, for financial services. There was so much concerns that I still remember feeling somewhat embarrassed to say, this is not what I wanted to be on the government side for. And then, obviously, we've seen the recent gestures by the Honourable Leader of Opposition, Joey Hugh, asking me to join the People's Progressive Movement, better known as the PPM, acknowledging my growth, and I thank him so much. I don't think I've publicly...
And that invitation, sorry for interrupting you, but that invitation was made right on the floor of Parliament as well, whether it was in jest or otherwise.
I think it was a genuine acknowledgement of my growth. I mean, I don't think I'm the same Kenneth as I was in 2013 when I first ran, and I don't think the progressives are the same progressives that was when I left in 2015. So that's 10 years ago. That's a decade.
Do you believe that they're now more adopting the big tent policy as opposed to like a closed shop?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm assuming that you mean more open to different ideas and growth. And I spoke to the Leader of Opposition and the Leader of the Party of Progressives, and I definitely can say with confidence that his approach is totally different than it was before. And that leads me to what I have to do moving forward. I represent the amazing people of Georgetown Central, and I've worked hard. I've been carried to this very important position as the Deputy Premier on their shoulders. And I thank them so much, so much for giving me the opportunity to prove to them that I can be their strong representative. And it means the world to me. And I hope to continue that. But I want to ensure that I can continue to be in or be at the decision table where the decisions to the future of the country are made. And I believe that in order for me to do that, the call by the public asking for a cohesive, unified group means that I have to make some choices. Right now, the independents, by all means, I'm not suggesting that independent can't do well, because that would be me suggesting that what I did over the last 8 years wasn't capable. But I have grown and recognized that you can't do everything by yourself. And you do need structure. You do need discipline. You do need the right approach to come with one voice so that you can calm the instability that was presented in the last 4 years. I think all parties, they'll still have their little shakeups here and there.
Internal issues, yes.
Internal issues. But you don't do that in the public. You don't have concerns about whether the government will fall or who will be in charge of what. Just like any relationship, you have your ups and downs, but they're never as magnified as what we've seen over the last 4 years. And I want to give that comfort, that stability to not only Georgetown Central, but the Greater Cayman Islands, because they deserve it. Sometimes you may say, well, I don't agree with this administration's approach, but you don't have to be worried when you get up every morning to say, oh my God, is the government going to fall? or who's in charge now? That is embarrassing, and I don't want to be a part of that. So we see the current landscape. There is 3 parties now currently registered. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about them, but one being the National Party, the other one being the CCP, the Cayman Community Party, and the People's Progressive Party. And as I've examined that and think about what is the best way for me to represent the good people of Georgetown Central and the Greater Cayman Islands, I think I need to be with a group with stability. And as I examine all 3, I'm just going to go by process of elimination first. The Cayman National Party has great Caymanians, wonderful persons who want to do the most noble thing you can ever do, which is to represent your people. And I give them credit for that. And anybody who puts themselves up for office, I honor them. It's a very noble thing. Yeah. But the approach of coming with a whole slate of brand new people is impractical. It is really impractical, and I think it's concerning, because with the severe issues that we face today, you need a group of persons who are experienced enough to hit the ground running with enough strength and will and commitment and the know-how to address the issues and have solutions ready right away. So that wasn't an option. And besides, they do have a candidate running against me already declared. Now we have the CCP, who is a group of, some of them have experience, quite like myself, first-timers in cabinet. I have a little bit more tenure than most of them because I was in opposition and I've learned a lot. Being in opposition teaches you a lot, by the way. And obviously the Honourable Wayne Panton, who has been in cabinet before, and the former Premier. And they're bringing on some newer blood again. So they would have a good mix of experience and new blood. But they've demonstrated some things that is concerning for me, which is when things get hard, they'll walk away. And that's definitely not what we want. Things will get hard. That's what leadership is about. But you don't give up. You keep on fighting and you keep stability. One of the key things I started this discussion about is stability. Our reputation in the Cayman Islands is so important. And the people's comfort of knowing that they're going to get up and the whole government isn't going to fall. And that's a trait that I think is necessary for any leader. I know that people must think to themselves, Kenneth, didn't you get frustrated? I was very frustrated many times. But I kept discipline, respected the fact that whoever my leader was, and do the best that I can, because I know that it's not all about me. It's about a collective view together. So I don't think that's an option. And also, I've also found out that the recent other person who's running in Central is funded and supported by them. So again, not another option. Going back now to the initial thing I said, which is the Honourable Joseph Hugh and the People's Progressive Party reaching out a branch to me, suggesting that they recognize my growth, recognize my commitment to the people of Georgetown Central, and how that I've represented the people in a way that shows maturity. I analyzed, I prayed, I talked to my family, I talked to my committee, I spoke to people in the community, and I've made a decision to join the People's Progressive Movement in the upcoming election.
How much does did your former relationship with them factor into your decision, as well?
It obviously factored a lot. It factored so much in both ways. One, from leaving on a negative note, but also from the fact is it's where I came from politically, and that's where I got my first start. But what I have to do in every decision I make it about the people of the country, not about me personally, because I think the differences that transpired in the last time I was with the People's Progressive Movement, it was on the basis that I had a differences of views and a bit of a shake-up with the then Premier, the Sir Alan McLaughlin. And I'm happy to say that was a very long time ago. I have grown. I think he has grown regardless of how old he is. But there's a strong respect relationship now. I must say that I was pretty strong in my approach to things 10 years ago. And I've matured to control that strength and that eagerness to a level of leadership. And I think he's recognized that. I think he himself also have recognized that, we could have made some better decisions. And we have a good relationship today. I could call him about anything and give some advice, but I take my own perspective on that advice. I've also spoke to the former Speaker of the House and former Premier, the Honourable McKeever Bush, and spoke to him about my reality. I think he respects me as a young member, as a young up-and-coming leader, and asked him about his perspectives. And he understands this decision, so he's aware of it. Obviously, I've spoken with Sir Alan McLaughlin, and he's happy to have me on board, but recognizing that I will be bringing my viewpoints to the table. And I think that the Honourable Joy Hugh is very receptive. You were speaking about that earlier, that it's not a closed tent approach, it's more of an open door. And I'm happy that throughout some of my discussions thus far before I made this decision, it has been one of open and inclusive decision making. So I'm excited to join a team that is experienced, that has a track record of commitment and follow through. And I think that I will be able to strengthen the People's Progressive Party, who has experience to take the country forward in this very crucial time.
Okay, we're going to go to a commercial break, but before we go, though, when we return, I want you to, we all recognize that politics also involves the art of compromise.
Correct.
And, you know, how much you have learned about compromise being a government backbencher, you know, at one point,
Yes.
as well as being in government,
Yes.
Being with a particular political party, leaving that party and returning to it as well. Also want you to talk a little bit, you know, as much as you can, about the approach of the other parties, whether or not they sought to engage you in or to have you join their organizations, whether or not that was done, and if it wasn't done, what do you believe in terms of their views of you as a politician now, and their conceptualization of you and your progressions that you have made in politics, and where you may ultimately and that we see, for instance, you're deputy premier, you were acting premier when the premier was gone, you know, as far as your political aspirations are concerned, and how it may jive or may not jive with those, two or all three parties as well, because we also have to talk about your future in the progressives, you know, as well.
Yeah.
So with that, folks, that was a little bit long-winded. I took a little time to get to the point that I wanted to make, but when we return, we will clarify all of that. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, Honorable Kenneth, Bryan, Deputy Premier of the Cayman Islands. If you could bear those questions that I posed to you before we went to the commercial break. I'll just share some of the WhatsApp messages that have come in since then. This one says, congratulations, Deputy Premier Bryan. We have accepted you with open arms. Thank you, and you will get our votes. This other person sent in a WhatsApp message and said that one was about the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. Gosh, I gotta find all of them. Tell you what, why don't you go ahead and ask the questions? And there's so many WhatsApp messages. I'm trying to read all of them.
No problem. That's a good thing, I think. I guess there is some things that I wanted to say that I didn't say in my first preamble, which is my constituents. This is all about them. Many people have said, Kenneth, continue to run as an independent. You've created a great, strong movement in Bryan, and you'll be surely elected. And I thank all of those persons for their confidence in me. But I don't make decisions on the basis of selfish endeavors. It's all, I always try to say, what is in the best interest of my constituents in Georgetown Central and the Greater Cayman Islands. So could I win my seat again? I think I feel confident that good people of Georgetown Central will put me back in running by myself. But would I be able to continue what I've started? Would I be able to be at the decision-making table to address the issues that are facing the country? I think that obviously with the other two groups who are vying to remove me from office, I think that obviously I wouldn't be the first choice even when winning my seat as an independent. So there's a strong chance of just ending up in the opposition. Now that may be great for me. I got a job and I can sit in the opposition, hold them accountable, which is a very important job all the same. But I want to be able to be there to make the rightful changes on their structure. Sorry, go ahead.
This person says, I want to say to Kenneth, I think you're making the mature choice because you can't do this by yourself, and I'm glad to see you have made a sensible choice as well. That was another response. Find the other ones. Person says, yes, go back. I'm going back too. But who is in Bordentown East for the PPM? That was another question being asked there. This person, didn't have the mic in front of me. Sorry about that. Okay.
Just to quickly answer that person, I can safely say, based on my conversations with the leader of opposition and the leader of the party, that there will be further announcements with other candidates in other constituencies. It's not my place to say where those constituencies are. I think if you stay tuned and listen out to the media releases over the week, you may see a number of other announcements. But I think me coming to the public about Georgetown Central is my responsibility. And though I've decided to join them, this discussion is about me and the people of Georgetown Central first.
Okay, this other listener wrote and said, well, hopefully the PPM will treat Kenneth more respectfully than they did in the past. Also hope that the PPM policies have changed, as unfortunately they certainly strayed from helping the common man in the last few administrations, especially on issues of immigration.
A legitimate comment to acknowledge. Like I said in my earlier parts, the progressives of today is not the progressives of 10 years ago. And people learn and they evolve, and by all means, no administration is ever perfect. So the approach that I admired in respect to the conversations that I had with the leader of opposition and the leader of the party is his open-mindedness and willingness to take everybody's viewpoint into consideration. I brought up a couple of things like immigration, like cost of living, like prioritizing Caymanians in the civil service, and security measures and security parameters for the country, and some of the foundation things that I believe are troubling the people. His responses were very, very encouraging, and I'm excited to sit down with them. My committee, we were developing our own manifesto, and he told me that the progressives were doing the same. So I believe in principle and doing things, so I want to tell my people first and then come together with them after. It took a lot I've been analyzing this from when they asked and from when I was thinking about what am I going to be doing moving forward after dealing with all the instability and concerns that we went through. So I've had a lot of time to think about this, and even some persons were worried about me doing it. And I think that persons should recognize this. I'm doing it because I think this is the best thing for Georgetown Central. This isn't about me. This is about my constituents, and this is the best way for me to do so. Sorry, go ahead.
So this other person wrote, and this sort of like complements what you just said as well. It says, Kenneth, you're really demonstrating country first. This is a good move. With the significant issues that this country is facing, we need an experienced group to tackle immigration, housing, and prices from day one. And I truly appreciate the approach you are taking. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the author of that. That's a good summary of the intention here, because again, it's not about me. It's about the Caymanian people upon which I represent. There is one thing I want to clarify, because I remember when I was speaking to some of my constituents, I tested the waters with a couple of people in the community, and the worry of, well, Kenneth, will you lose your voice? Will you lose who you are? And I want to confidently say nothing changes in respect to how I represent you, at least not in the negative. There may be changes in being stronger to do the things that I need to do for you by having an experienced team that can assist me in actually getting some things done. I mean, I must admit that the turmoil, the up and down, and the people going in many different directions over the last 4 years stopped us from doing a lot of things. Like, we could have done so much more. And I do believe that joining the progressives on a unified front with experience, having the skill sets within the group, and knowing the civil service, knowing the parliamentary proceedings, that we can actually get things done quicker. Because it is, OC, Mr. Connor, you fully know.
You call me OC. Yeah, I don't.
No, my mom would beat me. I have to call you by your appropriate name, other my mom will give me a good lashing when I get home. You know how difficult it is. 4 years is not a long time to deliver fundamental changes. So you don't have time for persons to learn on a job 2, 3, 4 years before you get a grasp of how the civil service works, how the parliament works, and how you work that relationship with government and private sector together. You need persons who can hit the ground running right away, because the Caymanians can't wait another 4 years to bring down the cost of living. They can't wait another 4 years to get out of traffic. They can't wait another 4 years to get a house for Caymanians. They can't wait another 4 years to get a job or deal with immigration matters. And this is why I've made the decision that I've made because I do not want to be my legacy after I demit office to be a person that went in and didn't get anything done. I'm a really hard worker. I give so much to my people. Sometimes I'm not sure how much more I can give, but with the Lord's blessings and strength and help and guidance, I'll continue to do that. But you want that to be sure. We've been through too much. Yes, we've done the independence coming together, but we don't have the time to take the risk anymore.
Yeah.
We just
no more experimentation.
I hate using that word because it doesn't reflect well on me, but yeah, we need proven strong leadership.
Okay, folks, top of the hour headline news. When we return, because we got into other things, we didn't get to discuss the two questions that I posed before we went to the previous commercial break. We will do so after headline news. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your latest headlines. Police have arrested a 34-year-old West Bay man in connection with an armed robbery at a restaurant on Homestead Crescent in Savannah on Saturday at around 9:40 p.m. Police say 3 suspects wearing face coverings and dark clothing went into the restaurant. 2 had machetes, 1 a firearm. They stole cash and fled on foot to the rear of the property. 1 suspect was later arrested in Georgetown. In international headlines, India and the UK have restarted free trade talks, nearly a year after negotiations were paused ahead of general elections in both countries. The talks focused on advancing the negotiations and ensuring the deal was balanced, ambitious, and mutually beneficial. The countries have held more than a dozen rounds of negotiations since 2022, but an agreement has remained out of reach. A Texas pipeline company's lawsuit accusing Greenpeace of defamation, disruptions, and attacks during protests against the Dakota Access Pipeline goes to trial in North Dakota today in a case that the environmental advocacy organization says threatens free speech rights and its very future. The lawsuit stems from protests in 2016 and 2017 over the oil pipeline's planned Missouri River crossing, upstream from the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe's reservation. The tribe has long argued that the pipeline threatens its water supply. Of the thousands of people who protested the project, hundreds were arrested. The jury trial in state court in Mandan, North Dakota, is scheduled to last 5 weeks. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me Deputy Premier, the Honourable Kenneth Bryan. You have heard earlier his announcement that he will be, I will use the word, rejoining the Progressive People's Movement, because he was formerly a member of the Progressives before he became an independent member of Parliament. He has detailed some of his reasons why he has done so, and we will have him continue.
Yes.
Now.
Mr. Connor, again, thank you so much for having me. And we were talking about the reasons why I've made this decision. And as we've been discussing it, some common themes and common words continue to pop up. Unity, predictability, continuity, experience, leadership. And as you hear all of these words, they start to formulate a vision, a movement that is necessary to tackle the issues. And I think that the People's Progressive Movement, the PPM, demonstrate those qualities best, particularly in today's time. And again, one of the main reasons why I chose to do this. Another main reason is, I think most people know that I have a very strong relationship with the Honourable Makiva Bush. And when I left the People's Progressive Movement, Mr. Bush was there to support me politically. He gave me a lot of motivation to continue on and continue the fight. Everybody knows that Makiva is a bit of a political fighter, and he's been fighting his political life for a long time. And I was motivated by that, and he's always supported me politically. And I've explained to him before that I decided to do this, and he gave me his blessings. So I'm grateful for that wisdom. I've spoken to as many political advisors that I'm aware of. The good Dr. Macfield, my mom, who's a political mastermind, so to speak. She loves her politics.
And that Dr. Macfield, because we have two.
Yes, Dr. Steve Macfield and Dr.
both
Frank
okay,
Macfield.
Okay.
About this. And I wish, and to all of my constituents who are listening, I really wish I could have sat down with each and every single one of you and had this conversation about it and explain to you one-on-one, so I can have answered any questions that you had. But obviously time is against us, and interesting to know that we have over 1,400 persons now registered in our constituency. But my constituents know how to contact me, and I will continue to be around in my community to answer any questions about this transition, about me joining the Progressives and what the benefits are in it for you. Because again, it's not about me, it's about you, the people of Georgetown Central, and being able to be a part of something positive, something that is going to be good, that we can move forward together and make Cayman better, as my slogan always says. And speaking of slogans, I saw somebody sent me a message just now and says, Kenneth, what is the plan with your color and your B? So I spoke to the Honourable Joseph Hugh about this movement that I created with our yellow branding and our B, which I explained to you last week. And obviously, naturally, you want to keep within the branding of the party. So I will be forfeiting my color and embracing the red brand for the PPM. But speaking about open-mindedness and new approaches, the Leader of Opposition has accepted in our discussions about me joining them that he's supportive of us keeping the B movement. Because the movement of the B is all about togetherness and how the B operates. And the B represents all of us, and the hive being Cayman. So I'm happy to say that movement will continue. You'll continue to see the B brand, which a lot of people have bought into. And I'm really happy about that. But I will be wearing the red tie moving forward. But what that will unify and what that will represent is that you now have a strong team being able to fight for you. Not only Kenneth, you'll have all of the candidates fighting for Georgetown Central.
So did you have a red tie before, or so you just have to put it back on? Or
yeah, I've had a few red ties. It was difficult for the last 8 years to wear them, unless it was Christmas or Valentine's. But it is there and ready for to go, and I'm happy to buy some new ones too.
Now, we had planned on opening up the phone lines at 9:30, but I believe there's one caller on hold now, so we're going to take that caller. But before we do that, this person has written and said, congratulations to Deputy Premier Kenneth Bryan for returning to the Progressives. He has done a great job as a minister serving our country and the Caribbean region and transitioning through all the different political groups of late. He has my full support, and I will be praying for him.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for whoever the author of that message is. That means a lot. Prayer has gotten me this far, and I know it will continue to do so. So thank you so much.
Okay, let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC.
Good morning. Good morning.
And good morning to the Honorable Deputy Leader there.
Good morning, Lord Graham. How are you doing?
Me? Yes. I'm doing good.
Good.
You have been a very strong, very strong, independent individual for the last, 8 years, right? Very strong-minded, independent person. Now, I remember you getting into a little trouble going out on the independent limb when you made moves concerning what really affects us with the immigration reform.
Yes, sir.
Even by just putting up a sign, you was ridiculed and they wanted to hate you and make you lose your seat and everything else. Now that you're joining a party that I don't think that is very, very instrumental or strongly minded concerning immigration reform, because day tender is one of the reasons why we're in some of the trouble we're in now with riffraffs and the likes that have washed up on our shores, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that you will get... No, first, we're seeing where people have started out as parties, right? And down the road, like you mentioned a while ago, we've gone through about 5, 6, 7 different premiers in one term and deputy and the likes, right?
Yes.
So when you come now, because I hear the bee won't be flying no more. The bee coming down.
No,
now.
the bee will continue to fly. I promise you that.
The bee will be flying, so the bee will be out there stinging still.
I hope so.
The first time you do a little sting, and the rest of your party that you're joining now don't agree with you, what gonna happen there now? We're gonna have another breakup again, because now you know I'm expecting from you strong immigration reform policy to be coming forward, because we are no longer sitting at the sidewalk and talk this thing about, oh, you wait till next 4 years. No, we're not waiting for no more 4 years, my friend.
Okay.
So we expect from you, because we were batting for quite some time now. From your first term, you told me that McKeever should take you under his wings and groom you to be the future leader. So you had that in you from then. We had that conversation on the back steps of the assembly.
Correct.
So now that you have dipped your foot into leadership position, matter of fact, you were premier a couple of days ago. At least when you were at my house, you were premier. I was so happy to have the premier at my house again. Because Miss Julie haven't come in a couple of weeks. So now that you got this leadership way about you and you're possessing the qualities, I hear all those people saying those accolades a while ago. What I hope now that when you come up with your strong ideas and policy, your policies and ideas will be supported by the team that you're going in with, in case you guys get in there and win the seats that you're expecting to win. You I don't know, but
that's okay. I mean, I think Lord Graham, I want you to stay on because I want to answer and have the conversation with you together. you have a legitimate question, and I think actually I've seen much of the responses by persons I've got feedback from worried about whether my voice or my will be lost, and I can promise you that it won't. I'm actually rather happy and excited to say that obviously, immigration reform was going to come up with any discussion or decisions that I make, because I think it's one of the primary concerns that have affected so many other things, from traffic to housing issues to protecting Cayman job opportunities, Cayman business opportunities, and the competition, as well as our democratic right in voting has deteriorated from what you consider the generational Caymanian. But we are a growing society, and I know that the leader of opposition, the leader of the party, recognizes that there needs to be changes because the balance isn't correct. So he's given me that commitment, and other members that I'm aware that is running with the party. We've talked a little lightly because I haven't gotten into the full-blown progressives yet, as the decision wasn't made until just a few days ago. In the conversations I've had, we're all on the same page with those changes. So I want you to give us the opportunity to show through our manifesto what we intend to do in respect to this. Mr. Graham, I know that you know me very well. I'm a very strong-willed person. I am Donna Bryan's son, and I don't think there's any other way than strong-willed. But I think what this does gives me an opportunity and gives the country the opportunity to have a person with the mindset of strong immigration policy at the table to make those decisions and influence them, because I genuinely believe that the country wants strong, experienced leadership upon which the PPM will offer. So I intend to be there at the table, helping to change those immigration policies and making Cayman a better place.
Okay, Lord Graham, I want to thank you. Thank you very much for that. We have to go to a commercial break. I want to remind callers that we're actually going to open up the phone lines at 9:30. So if you give the Honorable Kenneth Bryan an opportunity when we return from the commercial break to cover the last portion, and I have a few WhatsApp messages as well, then we will open the phone lines at 9:30. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage, with tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. Just to remind our listeners and our viewers that following the next commercial break, the phone lines will then be open. We've been asked also to send out belated birthday greetings to Miss Nellie Wells, who celebrated her birthday on Saturday. And Mr. Bryan, one of our listeners, wanted to know. They said, animal protection, please ask the candidate, given the alarming rates of animal abuse and neglect in our society, what concrete steps will you take to strengthen animal protection laws and ensure proper enforcement? Will you support increased funding for animal welfare organizations and stricter penalties for those who abuse animals?
Thank you, OC, and I want to thank the author for the question. I'm an animal lover myself. I have 2 dogs at home, Kobe and Pepsi, which I love tremendously. They're an extension of my family. So I'll do whatever it takes to support the protection of animals and to stop persons from animal abuse. But more importantly, I want to stop Caymanian abuse. Abusing our people is my top priority because I love animals tremendously, but I would have to say that protecting my Caymanian people from the negative effects economically, socially, mentally, even spiritually is my top priority. And of course, right there with them, we're going to be protecting our animals within our community. But I don't want it to be laid here today that I'm here talking about protecting animals when I gotta protect my people, because my people are under threat in so many different ways, shapes, or forms. So I just want to clarify that, we love animals, but my priority is my people.
Okay. Did you ever get to the question on
I can't remember what it was, to be honest with you, but I want to answer to Lord Graham that I'm going to have a chat with the Honourable Premier today to see if I can get her over to the house to have some lunch. By the way, those who are not aware of Lord Graham Rankin is a political mastermind in the Cayman Islands community, but a legend in his own right, and he keeps that Caymanian flavor. He invites everybody over to his house, and he cooks some good old Caymanian food. We have some good old talks about the old times, the political arena, and you'd be surprised so much wisdom gathers at his house. I learn something every time I go over. So Graham, thank you for keep on to do that to a space, particularly in Georgetown, that people can go and gather together to talk about those types of things. It's really appreciated. And I look forward. I want some stew conch this time, okay? No more grouper.
One listener has written and said, PPM is the only group with the experience to put us back on track and take us forward for the next 4 years and more. It's important for the people of the country to recognize and appreciate that. So the question had to do with the other 2 political parties and what you perceive to be their view of you, within the political landscape of the Cayman Islands in the future.
Well, I don't know, to be honest with you. I think I have a good idea of the CCP's view of me, because obviously we're on different paths right now. They left the current administration, and they are going down a different direction. At no point they ever reached out to me and said, Ken, we would like your experience and welcome you or ask you to join us. So I don't know what's in their mind. I just know I can only make decisions based on people's actions, their policy positions, and so forth. I'm not sure if the members are willing to have a strong member like myself holding them accountable. And I must admit this is something that I think everybody can see. A lot of the behavior I see with the 2 parties is about power. And I think I've heard persons say that I am a strong character and potentially can, and one day, potentially be the leader of the country. And with strong characters, strong power leadership, they don't want to embrace those types of persons because it's a challenge to their leadership. And I'm so happy with my own growth because it's not about who's at the helm, but who's your team. Because the leader is actually just the voice of the collective. So whether I'm the water boy, whether I'm the coach, the quarterback, the forward, the defender, the goalkeeper,
the ball boy,
the ball boy, it doesn't matter to me, as long as the people are the winners of what we do. But when persons have agendas, they're not looking at the collective strength. They're looking at what is it going to take for me to be a leader. Like, I mean, in all due respect, I was blown away and surprised by the lack of willingness by the National Party to get some of the experienced members. Particularly, you had so many independents. It blows my mind to think that they wouldn't have at least go and get one of them, so you can say, I have one person with experience on the team. But again, I don't want to take this show up to talk about them. I think this election is about telling people what you and your team and your party is going to do for them, rather than comparing other groups. I don't think Cayman politics likes that. My mom always taught me that. Don't talk bad about other people. Even the two people who are running against me, I love them tremendously. One is a Seymour, a Ramon, and the other is a Macfield like me. My father is Vernon McAllister Macfield. I'm a Macfield, and I refuse to get caught up in the political nonsense. I'm going to talk about the things I'm going to continue to do for the country, and I'm going to love them just as I've always loved them. So I think that's what Caymanians want us to go back to.
Yes.
And that's what I know is going to happen with the progressives. And that's what I'm going to continue to deliver. Because we've always been a mature society. We don't like the embarrassment. That's not how old people say, listen, young man, you behave yourself in public. Don't be acting up, making us look like a fool. And that principle is still there. All the seniors that I see, they'll be embarrassed if you act a particular way. We see that there's one candidate now who allowed a particular behavior to happen at one of her public meetings. And the amount of calls of disappointment in allowing that, we are not like other jurisdictions that allow inappropriate behavior because we were raised on our Christian heritage and respect for each other. So I don't know about anybody else, but I can promise you, in respect to any team that I'm a part of, we're going to deliver based on what we say we're going to do, show based on experience and action and knowledge and will to get the changes necessary for the public.
But at the same time, you do have to hold individuals or parties to account for their past actions as well. And that includes, people holding the PPM to account for some of their past actions as well. In your case, with the two potential candidates that you have running against you, they have never held public office or elected office before, so that doesn't come in to play at all. And like you said, you're not going to get into their personal personalities or personal things, as well.
But
so
if I can, by all means, holding people accountable, there's nothing wrong with that. And as the old saying goes, not what you say, but how you say it, right? To say, unfortunately, this person did not complete this task. It shows inability to do X, Y, and Z, as opposed to some of the other kind of style of politics that we've seen creeping into today's politics. I don't stand for that. My mother would never allow me to do that, and I love my mother very much. So, and also from a PPM perspective, the PPM of the past is not the PPM of today, and it's a different time today that needs different approaches to leadership. And I think that the Honourable Joey Hugh is going to bring that approach. I think he's demonstrated already his willingness to have fresher, newer people and new approaches and open-mindedness. So I'm excited about it, to be honest.
Okay, this person is written, and you've mentioned you've addressed this before, but you give you an opportunity to address it again. Person says, "Good morning. Heard the Honourable Kenneth Bryan's announcement and respect his decision, but seem to like he doesn't know his own mind. Once PPM, then independent, now back to PPM. Pray he'll not regret his decision. It would be interesting if the PPM still has on their agenda to have our population to be 100,000. I'm not sure that proposal was put forward
I
by
don't-
the PPM as well.
I don't recall the
in
PPM.
terms of your what some people would say dilly-dallying. You've addressed that before. Why you left the PPM, why you became an independent, and now why you're going back. Maybe that person didn't tune in.
It's
and
okay.
heard
It's
that
okay.
first.
This is going to continue to happen, and we have to continue to respond to it. I'm not sure if it's a dilly-dally. It took me.
I just use that term. I couldn't come up with anything, on the fly.
I get it, but what I mean is, for the person's viewpoint as to switching, this is 8 years past now. I left the Progressive Party in 2015. It's a long time ago. That's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not like, every election I'm jumping from one to the other. This is careful thought. And again, I think this is the right choice for the people holistically because, like I said, my committee and we all sat down together and said, listen, we feel strong, we worked hard, that people would, we are confident that people would elect us back on an independent ticket. And I'm not afraid to run as an independent. I've done it for 8 years, and the people trusted me with that call. But it's more about having a seat at the table to help with the decisions that are necessary moving forward, that I can help my people of Georgetown Central better. I need to finish the Central Scranton Park, which is almost 50% there. I want to make sure that one of the members who come in and try to stop that success. There needs to be continuity also with some of the great policies that are already in the works. So I think that this is not about just jumping on the PPM. This is about being a part of a unified approach with experience and strong leadership. I'm going to be bringing my strength to the party, and I want to take this opportunity to say this. Anybody else out there who would like to join the Progressives with me, I encourage you to come along. I think if you recognize my strength, my character, the way I approach things, that we can go and change the Progressives and strengthen them for better. Has there been mishaps in the past? I want you to, I'll ask anybody to show me a party that was perfect. You make mistakes, but what you do about that is you learn from it and you adjust and you move forward. So even if there was a mistake from an immigration policy perspective that is not working today, we go in and make an amendment to continue to protect our people. So what I think I would like persons to embrace is the experience that is going to take necessary to do so, the willingness, the strength, the know-how, and also the track record of commitment. That's going to be important in this race, which is a person may tell you they're going to do something, but you never know they're going to do it. At the very least, I think the Progressives have proven that if they say they're going to do X, you're going to get X. So that is attractive to me.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, the phone lines will be open. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949 809-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Hi, I'm Kathy Miller. Join me on Radio Cayman's Business Buzz every Tuesday and Thursday from 7:30 to 9 a.m. and the second and fourth Thursday of each month from 8:15 to 9 a.m.
If you're a business owner
or part of one, Business Buzz is your source for the latest initiatives, developments, and varied viewpoints from the local business landscape. Be part of the Business Buzz with me, Kathy Miller, every Tuesday and Thursday morning on Radio Cayman.
The Business Buzz.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan, Deputy Premier of the Cayman Islands. If you missed it earlier, he made his announcement that he will be rejoining the Progressives to contest the upcoming general elections here in the Cayman Islands as well. And he also talked about his symbolic B as well, and the future of that symbolic B also. We opened up the phone lines. I believe, Miss Susan, do we have a caller on hold now? Let's put the caller through. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Okay, the WhatsApp caller first then.
Good morning, OC and Kenneth. This is Al Suku. I just wanted to send a quick congratulations to my good friend Kenneth and to let him know that I'm extremely excited that he is back with the PPM. Everyone knows that I've made that decision as well, and I think that we are doing it for the right reason. We are doing what is best for our constituents and for the Greater Cayman Islands, working with a team that is united, that brings fresh ideas, that is going to tackle a lot of the issues that we're facing today as a country. This weekend was a good example of some of what is going wrong with Cayman, and I think that the PPM is in the best position to address those issues. We have a plan, we have a manifesto that we've all been working on and contributing to, and with Kenneth on board, our team is even stronger now with his experience in politics, his love for his people. You know, I know it's hard to give up that independent banner. I carried it for a while as well, but I did see going into the last election that it was not going to work anymore for us, and that you can't do everything alone. You can't be a lone ranger. You have to be unified in your policies and your positions. So Kenneth, welcome back. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. This is your day, but on behalf of the whole team, welcome on board, and I'm looking forward to working with you.
Is that a recording or is he live?
That's a recording.
Oh, wow.
Voice note.
I want to say thank you so much to Alva. That's the candidate for Newlands. And I ask everybody who lives in Newlands to support him. Not only is my friend, but will now be my colleague and team member. And I genuinely, everybody knows that I have a strong relationship with him, and he's a pretty awesome dude, and I know he's committed. So thank you so much, Alva, for those comments.
I just passed on something to you that someone sent, that they had begged you not to leave the PPM.
Yes.
I don't know if you recognize that.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people thought I should never have left, but I had to you have to go off and learn your own journey and get your own experience in life and come back. But he said something about bringing a new approach, and I think it begs the question about the youth arm and the younger people, because we need to embrace the succession of governance and politics in the country. And that's one of the things that excited me about speaking with the Honorable Leader Joey Hugh, his commitment to bringing back a youth arm to the Progressives, because they had one at one point and it kind of died off. And I want to encourage supporters of myself to come and join me in this journey together with the Progressives. And also those who are Progressive members now, talk to your kids, because the party cannot survive on its own. We're going to be bringing, at least the discussions, I haven't gotten deep enough into the organization yet to go through the finer details, but I know based on the commitment that I've heard him speak about publicly and in private thus far, his commitment to the youth arm and the group's commitment to the youth arm, we're going to need a lot of young Caymanians, and I know there's so many brilliant Caymanians who go off to school and come back home, who are just, burning inside to be a part of the future of this country. So I want you to talk to your kids, particularly those parents who listen to this show. Talk to your kids. Tell them to come and join us in this so they can be a part of the future, because eventually I'm not going to be here. Eventually Alva or Joey or anybody else is not going to be there. So learning to have the experience from a long time out, so that when they do want to put themselves up for office, they're prepared to continue the success and solution finding and activities necessary, because the country will always need leaders. So I'm so happy to hear his commitment with the party to keep a youth arm constantly going. Don't do it just for 4 years, but all the time moving forward. So I'm really excited about the unifying factor that I want to bring to the Progressives, because it's time to unify the country and bring the people together. And that's what the whole B slogan is all about. It's about the way the Bs work. They work together in harmony, and everybody has a role, and together they make success. And that's why another reason why I was happy with the leader of opposition, the leader of the party's acceptance to how things are going to be. Because when I spoke about it, I said, listen, I built this movement that is independent of party politics. I was even thinking about taking it and turning it into a non-profit, because I don't want it to be tagged as politics, because I always believed in the Benetton, the Benetton brand, where it's black, white, Chinese, Indian, all these things. I believe in unifying the public. And
the rainbow approach, huh?
I'm not sure if you want to use the rainbow one, but the approach of bringing everybody together, no matter what kind of Caymanian you are, whether you're rich, poor, black, white, whether you are a CEO, a teacher, a garbage man, or it doesn't matter. We're all in this together. And the fact that he was open to embracing that brand and that movement into the group's thinking told me a lot about his leadership skill set. And I'm happy to be supportive of that leadership ideology. So particularly the young people, I want you guys to embrace this. Come and be a part of it. There's an open door. There's a house. There's a home for you to make your voices be heard. And come and be a part of this vision moving forward. I asked somebody to send me the details for the Progressives. Their number is 945-1776. 945-1776. And to email them, it's at info@ppm.ky. Come and join us. Come and join me on this journey together to embrace this movement and this party to make Cayman better. They're also on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on TikTok, and they're on YouTube. So you'll probably see a lot more of my socials going out. I got a pretty good, strong following on Instagram, so you'll see a lot more postings from me. But I want to encourage the next arm of our generations to be involved in this, because it's not just about us where we are now. Those who are 40 and above, we need to get people who are below the age of 30 involved and prepping themselves to take over from the leaders. You see how many people are retiring. And that's another reason why I think it's important that I'm there, because I can bring the level of experience I've had for the 8 years to the group.
Okay, we have a caller on hold, but what we will do is take our last commercial break. When we return, we will take that caller. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay Mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're in the last leg of the show this morning with the Honorable Kenneth Bryan, Deputy Premier of the Cayman Islands. Let's go to the phone lines. We had a caller and hold. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Oh, good waiting. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. O.C. Good morning, Mr. Bryan. Shirley here.
Good morning, ma'am.
I only want to call and wish Mr. Bryan all the best. And I admire him. He's a true leader. He knows how to take bash and licks, and he always call in and try to solve the situation. And I know he's going to do good, because guess what? If God be for you, nobody can be against you. And I know I'm giving you my blessing right now, and you're going to do well. And I just want to wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right,
God bless
bye.
you too, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Mr. Connor, in the interest of time, there's one thing I want to do right now that I know the public is going to be quite surprised by it, but we have had a lot of members announce their retirement.
Mm-hmm.
And though I believe that I've learned a lot in the last 8 years, both from the opposition side, how to hold people accountable, how to be held accountable, how to be in a leadership position from a minister. I've had international experience being the chairperson of the Caribbean Tourism Organization as a regional leader in tourism.
That was for 1 year?
2 years.
2 years? Okay.
So I got a lot of international exposure as well as local exposure within cabinet. But we're losing a lot of knowledge, and there's not many of us left in the parliament that has the years of experience that would be great to help guide the country moving forward. So I'm going to ask for one person to do something just one more time. The Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly has publicly said that she will not be running again. And as much as I want to accept her time in retirement, I think the country, I've heard the calls from many people begging, saying, boy, she need to run again, she need to run again, she need to run again. So I want to publicly take this opportunity to ask her, please, on behalf of the people of the Cayman Islands, the people are asking for you to give it one more time. They need you to be there for them because they need the strong leadership and strong experience at the helm. I mean, she was an amazing Speaker of Parliament. She was a strong leader. She's a woman who has proven that even though some people may have questioned her ability, she doesn't pay it any mind. She does what has to be done, and she moves forward. I've admired how she's been able to handle any criticisms and do it with faith, and her faith in God is unwavering. And I can see how the viewpoints, comments, or those that are negative, but there's loads of positive ones, but the negative ones just roll off her shoulders like water on a duck's back. So I'm asking you publicly, Premier, to please do it one more time. And the good people of Cayman, my home, I'm begging you, call her, plead with her, ask her to do it one more time, because I know the people of Cayman East wants her back. And if any support is going anywhere other than her, it's only because she made the announcement that she's going to not run again. But she can be convinced. I know the Lord will speak to her. Ask her to come back. That's still there.
Now, Deputy Premier, you have been on the receiving end of the comments and the criticism after the last exodus of members of cabinet. Based on the feedback that you receive from your constituents, from the business community, how impactful was that? And how important is it for the Cayman Islands not to find themselves in a similar position again?
I think you're referring to the instability component. Yes, okay. Well, it was a scary time because we are a service-based industry, particularly with financial services, being our main revenue earner for government. And I must say that at many roundtables in the business community, there was an element of fear of the country becoming unstable politically, and people started to question, should they keep their businesses in the Cayman Islands? That's the last thing that you want, to spread it within the community, because all these people sit at the same tables and they join hands together at functions and so forth. And there was, particularly like those who would be a part of the Chamber of Commerce, they were genuinely worried, and people were considering. You've seen people who were within the Cayman Islands business community who have left for other reasons in the past. And that's why stability politically is going to be essential. We got to recognize that our number one revenue earner is a very mobile industry.
Yeah.
By a click of a button, they can all be gone.
Yep.
So political stability has to be at the top of our priority. And I think with experience and maturity, that we can bring that stability and at the same time unify the people. So it is a genuine concern, and we got to make sure that doesn't happen again from a government perspective. And I think the People's Progressive Movement, the PPM, with the state that they have, and I think with me joining them, we can offer up proven track record of commitment, and we're not going to have the instability that we have seen over the last 4 years.
Yeah. Ms. Susan, do we have a call coming in on WhatsApp? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, so but that's to answer your question. It is a important thing to be mindful of. I'm so happy. I must say I'm very proud of the Premier and my colleagues that when the other 4 members left government, that created this environment of instability and worry and panic, that we were able, through her leadership, to stay calm with the civil service, particularly with the help from the financial services deputy chief officer, to give calm to that financial services industry and to the greater global viewpoint of Cayman, that the government wasn't falling apart and are unstable and won't be able to function. Civil servants were worried about what's going to happen, all of these other things. And with mature discussions with the governor, with the opposition, who saw, at that time, the Honorable Joey Hugh, saw the importance of stability. They could have had an early election. They were probably the only ones that were prepared. And again, showing about leadership characteristics. They gave the commitment to the governor to say, we think the balanced approach is, let's settle things down, make sure the country is stable, because that's the most important thing to our overall brand. That takes leadership. And I hope that people recognize, because the other group who left wanted us to go to an early election. They actually asked for an early election, which would have disenfranchised over 3,000 new voters from voting. They weren't thinking about what it meant to our reputation, the uncomfortable uneasiness of our people not showing what's going on. So the PPM could have said, no, you know what? Let's get the power right away. No, they said, no, that's not how you do it. Stability is more important than just power. The time will come and we'll prove to the people that we are the best. And that's the type of things that I found attractive, because you have to be mature in this approach. It's so important. We're just a little small island. And if you mess up the reputation of the country, it can all be gone quite quickly.
Okay. We have a caller on Susan. Let's grab the caller on WhatsApp. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Almost OC Rambo speaking. Morning,
Yep. Good morning, Rambo. How are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good man. Good. Blessings. Congratulations, Kenneth.
Thank you.
You joined the PPM. You have an interpretation. You wrote it, right? So you got your resolution, right? Different. If the current new government getting the are you curious for the majority? Would they condense the primary legislative branches, right? In constituents, in docket, and anything procrastinating like I'm from. Because you're aware, right, that the last admin now, those are the descendants now. Disagreement, who have different ideation, informing, right? So they acted insurrection against the government. So they get to that point, right? Henceforth, any new government, you don't want deja vu. You know where I come from? So, point blank though, in a bifurcated branches, we separated, in that the law. Any little hindrance towards Cayman economy, and it's status quo. Social. So, like I said again, the majority or the minor, who we're getting, need to come to a compromise and get that together. Kenneth, good to go, Kenneth. Do your thing.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rambo. One of our listeners wrote and said, why don't the long-term politicians like Mr. McKeever and the current Premier, Ms. Juliana O'Connor-Connolly, etc., have younger people that they are grooming to run in their place? I know you can't speak for them, but you've spoken about the youth arm of the PPM, and how important is that in terms of grooming, preparing future candidates for political office?
Yeah, I think that's something that was not embraced a lot. I haven't seen a lot of it. I'm not suggesting that former members never had discussions with persons to groom them. It wasn't public knowledge to say a member say, listen, my intention is to do 2 more terms. and here's my apprentice who will be working with me, and they get to know the community, and they get to be on boards, or they get to be at political exposed discussions to learn the ropes. And I think that we need to do more of that, because continuity of good governance is essential. And I hope to do that myself. I'm not sure how long I'll be in politics. That's up to the good people of Georgetown Central. But I think I have at least 2 more terms in me that I can do. I don't know what the Lord's decision will be for the future. But when I start to see, I'll be able to notice when it's time for me to leave. And I'll identify the person who put themselves forward to say, I would like to be the representative for Georgetown Central. And I'll do everything I can to expose them. I think that's the mature thing to do. That keeps continuity and succession planning. So I think that we should all do that. But whether it's kind of, we've got an election in 2 months, so we can't do it now. But in the future, I think all elected members who are starting to think about demanding office should start planning appropriately so the transition is smooth and responsible and cohesive in respect to continuity for the country.
Okay. I have one WhatsApp message here. It's pretty long, but I'm going to try to do justice to it. And you may or may not have time to respond to it, because I think we reached 10 o'clock already. But the person says, as we see your strong leadership, now let me say this in reference to half of the Caymanians who have immediately graduated with their degrees in marine biology, engineering degrees, professional marine structures, and environmentalists. You were given the mandate to steer this country into the 21st century and to continue to add to the infrastructures necessary to make this country better. These infrastructures are fundamentally necessary for the development of the country and should not be debated by the public's I believe what they mean is determined by the public's emotions. Furthermore, our port is an international port and has become a high secured area. There should be perimeters and boundaries put in place restricting the type of domestic water. They go on to say, it is my opinion that the objections against building cruise pairs in a already congested harbor are to continue to secure the calm waters for a particular industry which was boasted of being a $300 million industry. The cry out about destroying our reefs and other sentiment that it will destroy Georgetown is a Bryan Nance story. No reef can be survive the anchors and chains. Okay, so they're going on talking about the port, and they did point out that it's pretty long. So if I could read the first part of it. So we're going to go to headline news. Okay, so Ms. Susan advises we're going to go to headline news. Come back to give you an opportunity for your closing comments as well. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your headlines. A new hat in the political ring as Philip Ebanks, attorney at law and notary public, announces his candidacy to run for a seat as the representative for Red Bay. Mr. Ebanks spent the past 20 years in law, preceded by 20 years in public service. In regional news, police say one of their own is assisting in investigations into the disappearance of an M16 rifle from a police station. The Major Crimes Unit of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force says the officer was taken into custody last weekend and is assisting with the investigations. In Belize, police say 3 women whose bodies were found at a hotel there last weekend were born in Morocco but held U.S. citizenship. The women checked into the hotel on the 19th of February. Media reports say that housekeeping staff made several attempts to reach the women but received no response. When they used a master key to get into the room, they found the women unresponsive in different places in the room. Authorities say there were possible signs of a drug overdose. Police say they found no signs of forced entry or injuries on the women. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record and the last leg of the show this morning. And this is the opportunity to give the Honorable Kenneth Bryan an opportunity for some closing comments.
Thank you so much, Mr. Connor. I want to say thank you so much to the listening audience for being with me today. And what I think will be a historical day in my announcement to rejoin the People's Progressive Movement. Just to quickly summarize what I said in my announcement, I've, over the last 8 years, learned a lot about the governance model, what it takes to be a leader. And I've also seen what we've had to deal with over the last 4 years. And I've learned and understand that stability, unity, consistency, and experience are all going to be the characteristics that are needed to lead this country forward in these sensitive times. I also understand that it's going to be important that the group has to have the know-how to move forward quickly and not have to learn on the job right away, which could take years. It took me 8 years to get where I am now. And that after analyzing the current landscape of the political arena, ultimately I've accepted the invitation by the leader of the party, Joey Hugh, to join forces with them to offer Cayman a strong leadership with experience. So that summarizes that. I know a lot of people was questioning as an independent what I'll do moving forward. But I think the key part of this is not about me, but it's about we. And what are we going to do moving forward as a country? And I would ask those who believe in me to trust me that this is the best decision for us as a country, as a constituency, and as your representative. You've trusted me with your support, with your vote for 8 years. And I want you to know that I took the appropriate time to analyze and assess what is in the best interest to give you the representation that you deserve. And after doing that assessment, I think this is the best way forward, not only for Georgetown Central, but for all Caymanians, so we can have a better way forward. With that in mind, I encourage everybody to come and join me in this journey. Join me to put a group of persons together that will fix the issues that we're going to face. And there's going to be some serious challenging times ahead of us, because transitioning new things take time. And the best way for that to happen quicker than normal is having persons who are experienced to be able to do that. I thought it was important that I also say they already got me working, OC, to talk about the conference. One of the members said, Kenneth, don't forget to bring up the conference on the 1st. So I am now officially a member of the group. So I'll start doing my work. So I want to invite everybody to come to the PPM conference, which is going to be on the 1st of March at the Kimpton Seafire Resort. Members registration is at 5:30 p.m. There is a business meeting at 6:30, and for those who may not be aware of this process, there is actually a voting process for each candidate to be running in particular constituencies, voting for the leader and so forth and so forth. So there's business meetings. And then to the public who may not be registered members of the party, they're open to come at 7:30, where all the festivities actually happen. So the business meetings are more formal for members to vote and so forth. Transportation is provided and dinner will be served. And for the one that I went to in 2013, I remember it being a very exciting time. So all those persons who are interested in joining, you can reach out to the PPM 926-4717, 926-4717. For those who want transportation, you can also call that same number, 926-4717. So, OC, it's official. I am now going to be running with the People's Progressive Movement, the PPM, and I ask you to come and join me in this journey to make Cayman better with a experienced, strong leadership, proven strong leadership. And I'll ask one more time to the Honorable Premier Juliana O'Connor Connolly, come and give the country just one more term. They need you. Thank you, OC.
Folks, I want to thank Mr. Deputy Premier Bryan for being here. Don't forget to join Sterling Dwayne Banks at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And the Cayman Islands National Museum. Explore captivating exhibits